It's a part of human nature to convince ourselves of things that may not necessarily be true, often to maintain comfort or avoid facing uncomfortable truths. These little self-deceptions can be harmless, but they reflect our desire for control, reassurance, or simply to avoid difficult emotions. Here are 10 times we've all lied to ourselves in small ways. 1. I'll start tomorrow. How many times have you promised yourself that you'll start a new habit, whether it's exercising, eating healthier, or working on a project, tomorrow? It's a common self-deception to believe that tomorrow will be the day when we finally take action. But often, tomorrow never arrives, and we delay the decision to act until it's too late. 2. I'm fine. When you're feeling overwhelmed or down, saying, "I'm fine," has become an automatic response. It's easier to tell others that everything is okay than to admit we're struggling, even when we know deep down that we could use support. This is one of the most common ways we lie to ourselves and others to avoid facing emotional vulnerability. 3. I'll just have one more. Whether it's a piece of cake, another drink, or one more episode of a show, we often tell ourselves that just one more won't hurt. The problem is that one more quickly turns into many more, leading to overeating, overindulgence, or procrastination. It's a small lie we tell ourselves to justify not sticking to limits or plans. 4. I don't need help. We all want to appear self-sufficient, but sometimes the lie we tell ourselves is that we don't need help from others. Whether it's with work, personal challenges, or emotional struggles, refusing help out of pride or fear of appearing weak can lead to unnecessary stress and burnout. Deep down, we know it's okay to ask for support, but we convince ourselves otherwise. 5. This won't take long. How many times have we convinced ourselves that a task will only take a few minutes, only to realize later it took much longer? This is a classic self-deception that often leads to procrastination and last-minute stress. Whether it's cleaning, organizing, or tackling a work assignment, we tend to underestimate how long tasks will take. 6. I can handle this. It's easy to overestimate our ability to manage stress or multitask. We often convince ourselves that we can juggle multiple responsibilities or situations, only to end up overwhelmed. The lie we tell ourselves is that we have everything under control when, in reality, we may be close to burnout or exhaustion. 7. I'll never change. When faced with a challenging habit, we sometimes convince ourselves that change isn't possible. Whether it's procrastination, a bad habit, or a mindset issue, we sometimes lie to ourselves by thinking that we're incapable of personal growth. But change is always possible with effort, even if it's difficult at first. 8. I'm not good enough. Imposter syndrome is something we all experience at some point. It's that voice in your head telling you that you're not worthy of success, recognition, or love. While it's common, it's still a lie. Everyone has moments of self-doubt, but these thoughts don't define your worth or abilities. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing you're not good enough, but it's essential to recognize your strengths and accomplishments. 9. I'll do it later. Procrastination is a universal problem, and a big part of it is convincing ourselves that we'll get to things later. It's easy to push tasks aside in favor of more immediate or fun distractions. But in the end, procrastination leads to stress and missed opportunities. We all have that mental checklist of things we say we'll handle later, and later often never comes. 10. I can fix this on my own. Whether it's a relationship issue, a financial problem, or a work-related challenge, we often tell ourselves that we can handle everything by ourselves. While it's admirable to want independence, sometimes working through problems with others can lead to better solutions. This lie can cause us to feel isolated and unnecessarily burdened by problems that could be solved with support. These small lies are often our way of coping with challenges, but they can also hold us back from growth, connection, and self-improvement. Recognizing these moments of self-deception is the first step toward being more honest with ourselves and making positive changes in our lives. By acknowledging these little lies, we open the door to a more fulfilling and authentic experience.